El Shaddai is such a weird game, and I think its lack of fitting in any neat boxes is part of the reason why it's remained so obscure. Originally releasing back in 2010, it somehow managed to get a remaster for modern systems, which is how I eventually learnt about it, and after seeing some amazing concept art, I knew it was the kind of thing I had to get my hands on and actually play. Not many games can say they're based on the millennia-old apocryphal texts, with this one being a liberal adaptation of the apocalyptic ancient Jewish story, the Book of Enoch, but this is a niche that El Shaddai fills. The hack-and-slash platformer hybrid follows heavenly scribe Enoch as he travels to Earth to capture the 7 fallen angels that are corrupting humanity to save the planet from an impending flood. Playing as Enoch, you travel through the increasingly abstract stages, every now and then meeting up with your sassy guardian angel Lucifer, who comments on what's happening while chatting on his flip phone and gives you a chance to save your game, all the while the homoerotic tension between the pair gradually thickens. I commend El Shaddai for never going where you expect it to, and while I don't want to spoil too much, I do want to warn that perhaps one of the most unexpected elements of El Shaddai, and not something you often see in games, is that it's unfinished. When you hear about games being unfinished, you usually assume that it's buggy or just unpolished, but El Shaddai doesn't have a proper ending. It does end, quite abruptly as you can imagine, but it wasn't the ending which was planned, and that's not a rumour, it's been confirmed by just about everyone who worked on it, but there wasn't enough faith in the project for the budget to stretch to its planned ending. Because of this, the remaster is packed in with a digital short story that shows how the narrative was supposed to end. Unfortunately, it kind of puts a damper on the whole experience. El Shaddai wasn't meant to be a book, it was meant to be a game, and I don't want to critique the writing of this story too much since it's working within very strange circumstances, but it just doesn't read well. The game in itself is so conceptual and abstract that reading such a blunt description of events that feels so divorced from the actual events of the game is just strange, and not the fun kind of strange the rest of the game was, more strange in a sad way. I actually wish I never read it and just left with the semi-ending the game is stuck with, since at least that doesn't feel tacked on. On one hand, it's interesting to know what was planned, but the short story that was used to present it just came across poorly. But if I try and ignore that and just think about the game and also the art book which is packed in, which is also great, then it's a weird but entertaining adventure that was far from perfect, but something that is hard to compare to just about anything else.